Hey there guys, welcome to the video. My name is Pushpinder Gill, and in this video we're going to be talking about productive and allocative efficiency, right? So we're going to be talking about productive and allocative efficiency. Now another thing, I suppose you've already watched our videos on a perfect competition, cost, revenues and profit. So I hope that you're aware of all those things, right? So let's go ahead and get started. So let's actually go ahead and define what is known as productive efficiency. Now, productive efficiency is actually defined as one of the efficiency measures which is used by economists. Uh, that if the firm produces the product at its lowest possible average cost. So the firm produces. So I write it down so that there's no uh, misunderstanding here. So the firm produces its product at the lowest possible average cost. So lowest possible average cost. So that would actually be known as the productive efficiency. Now if I draw the cost curve, if I have, let's suppose, this as the cost and I have this as the output, then you know that this is the average cost, right? And this is the lowest point at the average cost. So this is the output that the firm will be producing, and this is the cost that the firm will be incurring. Now again, one thing that you know that the marginal cost curve cuts the average cost curve right from its lowest point. So that means at productive efficiency, marginal cost is equal to the average cost, right? So that is something which is very, very important. Now, productive efficiency is very important in economics because we need to know that whether a firm is using its resources efficiently or not. So at productive efficiency, at this point, the firm at this output, the firm is actually utilizing its resources completely and most efficiently. Now let's go ahead and define what is allocative efficiency, right? So let's go ahead and define what is allocative efficiency. Now when it comes to allocative efficiency, this is something which is also known as the social optimum level of output. This is also known as the social optimum level of output, right? So just write it down here. So allocative efficiency occurs. So this is that efficiency where the suppliers, are producing the optimal mix of goods and services required by consumers. So the suppliers are producing the optimal mix of goods and services required by the consumers. Now what do you mean by that, right? So that's the definition of allocative efficiency. So we have two factors when it comes to production of the firm. We have the price, which is something denoted by the average revenue, right? And we have the cost, which is denoted by the marginal cost. Now marginal cost is the cost per unit that the firm incurs. It's not the cost per unit, it's the cost that the firm incurs by producing one extra unit, right? And price, on the other hand, is actually average revenue. On the other hand, is the price per cost. Now what about it, right? So marginal cost refers to cost to the society, to all the resources. So this refers the cost to the society to produce one extra unit, and this represents the cost or the price that the society is ready to pay. So society is ready to pay for, right? And that is of course per unit, because we're talking about average revenue here. Now if the average revenue is greater than marginal cost, that means the price is greater than marginal cost, that means people or the consumers, they value the product more than its marginal cost. So then what is gonna happen? The supply for, see, the demand for that product is gonna increase. So if the demand for that product is going to increase, that means the output for that product is going to increase. Since the output increases, right, if the output increases and the price would decrease, so at the end of the day it will stop when the price is back equal to the marginal cost. Right? I'll repeat again. If average revenue is greater than marginal cost, that means consumers value the product more than its cost. That means the demand for that product will increase, the output for that product will increase, and the price will decrease till it reaches its marginal cost, which is again the optimal mix. Similarly, if marginal cost is supposed to be greater than average revenue, that that means that the society is using more resources to actually produce that product than it values that product. Again, what is going to happen is that the output will actually fall, and it will keep on falling until again the price is equal to the marginal cost. Right? So that means, what does allocative efficiency means? Allocative efficiency, so mathematically, for if I were to tell you, allocative efficiency means when marginal cost is actually equal to the average revenue. Right? So if I were to draw the curve, let's suppose I draw the curve for price and let's suppose output, and I draw the curve for a completely elastic firm. Let's say this is AR is equal to MR, right? So, and this is your marginal cost. So at this output, at this point where MC equals to MR, that would be the point of allocative efficiency. Similarly, if I were to draw another curve where the demand is not elastic, let's suppose this is your marginal revenue, and this is your average revenue, and this is your marginal cost, then again your allocative efficiency would be this point where marginal cost is equal to average revenue, and this is the output that you will be producing. Fine. So suppose you're understanding both the terms here. Right now, what is happening at allocative efficiency? At allocative efficiency, why do we call it a social optimum level of output? Because at this point, there is a situation of Pareto optimality. So at this point, there is a situation of Pareto optimality, right? Because it is, at this point, it's a perfect social mix. Everyone's need, or everyone's utility is satisfied, and there is, you cannot make anyone better off without making someone else worse off. So this is actually the situation of Pareto optimality. Fine. Now, what happens to productive efficiency and allocative efficiency in short run and long run? So let's talk about the short run. Now, if you watched the previous videos, you would know there are two scenarios of short run. First scenario is of abnormal profits, which I'm going to show you here. That is, we have our price, we have our quantity, and the price is actually given by the industry demand and supply curve. Right? So this is demand, this is supply, and this is given by this. So you have average revenue equal to marginal revenue here, and then you have this as your price, and this is your average cost, right? And this is your marginal cost. Now, this would be the case of productive efficiency. This would be the case of productive efficiency where marginal cost equals to the average cost. However, this would be the case of allocative efficiency, right? So you can clearly see that allocative efficiency and productive efficiency, they are not the best, most efficient levels of output, because there are still abnormal profits that the firm is actually incurring, right? So that's there. So what are the abnormal profits? These are the abnormal profits that the firm is incurring. You watch the previous video if you don't understand how did I get the abnormal profit, right? So this is the productive efficiency, this is the allocative efficiency output. Now if I were to talk about losses, so I'll actually draw it in here itself. So if I were to talk about losses, then what happens? The average cost kind of goes above the marginal revenue. So let's suppose this is my average cost curve, right? In that case, This over here would actually be your productive efficiency, and where marginal cost equals to the marginal revenue, average revenue, which is still, again, this will still be the what do you say, the allocative efficiency. Fine. So that is how you define productive efficient output and allocative efficient output. So Q2 in all the cases is allocative efficient output. Fine. So suppose you're understanding this. Now the last thing is what happens when we are in long run. So in long run, you already know that everything stabilizes, and so let's suppose this is the price, this is the quantity, same thing here. Then you have the demand curve, then you have the supply curve. This so this goes here, right? So average revenue equals to marginal revenue, and this is your marginal cost. And in long run, you know that you come back to normal profits, and this is your average cost. So this output Q is your output where MC equals MR, where MC equals AC, and where MC equals AR. What happens? So what happens when MC equals to MR? So when marginal cost is equal to when marginal cost is equal to average cost, that's the productive efficient. So that is productive efficient output. This is allocative efficiency, right? And this, when MC equals to MR, it's the profit maximization, right? So in long run, everything stabilizes, and at one output, you're able to have all three efficiencies. Fine. So I suppose you're understanding this point over here, guys. So thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to explore our website, that is perfect-course.com. Give us your valuable like, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and this would be our email address to give us your valuable feedback. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.